How to stop a wild boar attack. Welcome back to our channel. You and your dog are out for a stroll in the forest. Your dog suddenly becomes aware of something and begins to bark at some bushes. Only the nose and two enormous tusks are visible. The bushes stir, your dog continues to yelp, and an enormous beast charges out. How will you proceed? Despite having larger legs and darker fur, wild boars resemble domestic pigs in appearance. Additionally, some of them may weigh up to 136 kilograms. Although they prefer deciduous woodlands, they have lately started to invade towns and devastate European cities in search of food. And if you obstruct their ability to eat, they could turn on you instead. How fast can wild boars run? How many people do they kill annually? And why is it so crucial to remain tall and strong throughout an attack? The diet of a wild boar consists of 90% vegetation and 10% animal matter. And although it's quite unusual, if they are desperately hungry and have no other option, they will devour a person. Despite seldom attacking humans, they are responsible for up to 7 fatalities annually. This is how to stop a wild boar attack. But before going there, let's discuss, what should you do if you see a wild boar? As a result of destruction of habitat, wild boar sightings are increasing as they move closer and closer to populated areas. As they approach their natural habitats, hunters and hikers are particularly likely to encounter these creatures. What should you do then if you spot or hear a wild boar? Let's look more closely. Number 1. Assess your options. Keep your cool and attempt to assess the situation if you see a boar that is far away and not acting aggressively. You may either stay on your present course and hope the wild boar ignores you, or you can choose to take a different route. There is no need to change your course if your present route won't bring you very near to the wild boar. To ensure that the boar isn't startled by your presence, keep an eye out and move cautiously. It is better to turn around and leave the region if you are unsure about continuing on your present course. A wild boar will probably keep a safe distance from you if you do the same for it. Number 2. Avoid feeding them. It's surprising how many people will try to feed wild boars. This is a terrible idea because, especially if the boar is starving, it could get aggressive. You would also need to approach it quite closely in order to provide food. Although these creatures don't often attack people, if they do, they can result in significant harm or even death. Again, the best course of action is to allow them lots of space. By presenting food, you should not approach them or encourage them to do so. Number 3. Avoid provoking them. Boars are mostly peaceful animals, but if they feel threatened or trapped, they may become vicious monsters. You should try to avoid evoking this reaction in any way possible. Try to keep your dog quiet and stop it from barking if you have one with you. Boars may get hostile in reaction to barking animals and attempt to gore your pet or you if they perceive you to be a danger. Make sure your camera's flash is off if you wish to capture shots of the boar while it is a safe distance away. Wild boars may become frightened and confused by the abrupt blast of light, which may cause them to charge. Give the boars more space if you see one or more of them with piglets. When their piglets are in danger, mothers are extremely hostile and protective of their young children. Again, try your best to maintain your distance. Number 4. Leave the area. Leave the area right away if you think you may have been too close or if the boar has noticed you. Running could provoke the boar to attack. Instead, carefully back away while keeping an eye on it until you are no longer in imminent danger. But what to do if a wild boar is chasing you? Sometimes the wild boar can't be seen until it is too late, or it may already be displaying aggressive behavior when you unintentionally find yourself in its path. Whatever the cause, here's what to do if you find yourself being pursued by a furious boar. 1. Avoid running. Wild boars are capable of running at speeds of 25 to 30 mph, outpacing some of the world's fastest people. In other words, there's a good possibility that you won't be able to outrun a boar. Furthermore, fleeing may set off the beast's hunting drive, causing it to become more eager to pursue you. Despite the fact that all of your instincts may be screaming for you to run, resist the urge. Keep your cool, watch the boar at all times, and try to back gradually away as the animal gets closer. Sometimes, before they get to you, they will lose interest and turn away. 2. Climb a tree. Although wild boars have been seen to scale fences up to 5 feet tall, Their short, stubby legs limit how much higher they can climb. So if a boar is chasing you, climbing anything will give you the best chance of escaping an attack. Climb the nearest tree if one appears. As an alternative, you can climb up onto the top of the closest vehicle, boulder, fence, or structure. You might be able to use anything you can readily grasp and climb to get away from a wild boar. 3. Defend yourself. It could be necessary to turn and engage in combat if there is nothing for you to climb and the boar keeps charging. Use everything you can find, like a walking stick, a rifle, a knife, pebbles, and camping equipment. In an effort to avoid being harmed by the charging beast, you can employ these items as a weapon or a shield. Never be hesitant to protect yourself, and don't think twice about the strategies you employ. Your only chance to survive the encounter as unharmed as possible at this point is to fight back. Finally, we have reached the most vital part. This is how to stop a wild boar attack. Do your best to maintain calm if the worst happens and the boar comes close to you physically. You can take a few actions to survive this attack and stop it from getting worse. 1. Stay on your feet. If you tumble on the ground, the boar may seriously injure more essential parts of your body, such as your abdomen, head, or neck. When you're on your feet, the boar may shatter leg bones or cause serious lacerations. When the boar gets you down, it could be difficult to get back up, especially if you suffer from these more severe wounds. Therefore, if at all feasible, keep moving during the fight. If the boar does manage to knock you to the ground, roll to the side and stand back up as soon as you can. 2. Sidestep the boar. Being quick and light on your feet may protect you against a wild boar attack. Although these beasts are swift, their agility isn't exceptionally good. You may be able to avoid coming into touch with the boar altogether if you can maneuver around it as it charges. The more times you can avoid the beast, the higher your chances of escaping your encounter unscathed. 3. Keep fighting. Never give up, no matter what happens. Even if you're getting weak from injuries or getting exhausted, keep fighting the boar. The majority of wild boar attacks last under a minute. The likelihood that the boar will retreat sooner increases as you fight back harder. You might be able to escape with fewer wounds as a consequence. 4. Seek medical attention. Boars are powerful, heavy animals, and their sharp tusks can cause serious injuries. Additionally, they have the ability to spread illnesses like hepatitis and TB. Once a boar assault is over, assess your injuries. Apply first aid to stop any serious bleeding, then get to the hospital to obtain the care you need. It's a good idea to get medical assistance even if you weren't significantly hurt, to avoid wound infections and possibly obtain vaccinations against certain diseases. And that brings us to the end of today's video, which I hope you found riveting. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. Tap the bell icon to make sure you never miss an upload. Leave a comment below and give us all your views and thoughts, and I will catch you in the next one.